Don't skip this. What I'm about to tell you is urgent. I'm not using hyperbole. I'm not dramatizing for clicks. Something genuinely alarming just revealed itself in the energy around you, and my responsibility as someone who sees these patterns, who reads these frequencies, who picks up on disturbances in the field before they fully manifest, my responsibility is to tell you now, not tomorrow, not when it's convenient, not after I've polished the language or softened the delivery, but right now, while there's still time to prepare, to protect, to respond before whatever's building actually lands. My hands are literally shaking as I record this. That's how strong the signal is. Here's what I'm picking up. Someone is about to make a move toward you or against you that's significant enough to send shockwaves through your reality. This isn't minor drama. This isn't everyday conflict. This is calculated. This is intentional. This is someone who's been planning something while you've been going about your life, unaware that threat was organizing itself in the shadows, gathering momentum, preparing to execute. And the timing? Hours, maybe days, not weeks, not someday soon, imminent. Listen to me carefully. I don't do emergency readings. I don't use alarm language lightly. I've done thousands of readings, and maybe 5 times in my entire practice have I felt this level of urgency, this intensity of, I need to warn this person now because time matters here, because delay could mean damage that preparation would prevent. This is one of those times. What's coming at you is one of 3 scenarios, possibly all 3 simultaneously. First scenario: betrayal by someone close, someone you trust, someone in your inner circle, someone who has access to your life, your information, your vulnerabilities. They're about to weaponize that access. They're talking to people they shouldn't be talking to, sharing things they shouldn't be sharing, positioning themselves advantageously while positioning you harmfully. And you don't see it yet because they're still performing friendship, still performing loyalty, still smiling in your face while sharpening knives behind your back. Check your circle now, today. Um, who's been asking questions that feel slightly off? Who's been unusually interested in details of your life that don't concern them? Who's been creating connections with people you're in conflict with or competition with? Who's been subtly undermining you while claiming to support you? That person, that energy, that's your betrayer, and they're about to make their move. Second scenario: aggressive action from known opponent. Someone you already recognize as adversary, as competition, as person who wishes you harm or wishes your failure. They've been quiet recently, too quiet. That silence wasn't them backing down. That silence was them regrouping, strategizing, gathering resources or allies or information they needed to make their attack more effective. And the attack is launching. They're filing something, spreading something, releasing something, executing something they've been preparing while you thought the conflict had settled, had cooled, had maybe even resolved itself. It hasn't. It was just waiting, and now it's happening. If you're in legal situation, expect escalation. If you're in professional competition, expect sabotage attempt. If you're in personal conflict, expect public exposure or humiliation attempt. Whatever domain your known conflict exists in, that's where the strike is coming, and it's coming harder than you expect because they've been preparing while you've been relaxing, and preparation gives them advantage. That assumption of peace gave you disadvantage. Third scenario, sudden crisis not caused by human action. Something breaking, something failing, something going wrong in ways that create immediate urgent need for your response. Health scare, financial emergency, circumstantial disaster that wasn't predictable but is about to demand everything you've got to navigate. This one isn't personal, isn't about someone targeting you. It's just life throwing curveball, but the curveball is coming fast, is coming now. And if you're not paying attention, you're going to get hit in a way that causes serious damage. So here's what you do immediately. First, secure your vulnerabilities. Whatever you're afraid could be used against you, whatever information or situation or weakness you've been hoping nobody discovers or nobody exploits, protect it now. Document things that need documenting. Back up data that needs backing up. Have conversations that need having to get ahead of narratives that could be weaponized. Don't wait. Don't assume you have time. You don't. Second, alert your allies. Tell people who support you that something might be coming, that you might need them, that you might need backup or witnesses or assistance. Don't go into detail if you don't have details yet. Just create awareness that you're sensing disturbance, that you might need support soon, that they should be prepared to step up if you call. Having people ready prevents you from facing crisis alone, prevents you from being isolated if betrayer is trying to isolate you, prevents opponent from catching you without defenses. Third, trust your gut over the next few days. If something feels wrong, it is wrong. If someone seems off, they are off. If situation seems suspicious, it is suspicious. Don't talk yourself out of intuition. Don't rationalize red flags. Don't be polite or nice or accommodating to the point where you ignore warnings your system is giving you. Your system knows something's coming. That's why you're feeling the disturbance, even if you can't name it yet. Trust that knowing. Act on it. Fourth, and this is critical, don't react emotionally when the thing happens. Whatever's coming is designed to make you react, designed to make you respond from anger or fear or hurt in ways that damage you further, that make you look unstable or aggressive or unreasonable, that give your opponent ammunition to use against you. Expect this. Prepare for it. Decide now how you'll respond when provoked. Calm, measured, strategic, not silent, not passive, but controlled, powerful, deliberate rather than reactive. Fifth, consider worst case scenario and have plan is less than #0. 5 hash is greater than. If betrayal happens, what do you do? If attack lands, how do you respond? If crisis hits, what's your first move? Gaming this out now while you're still calm, while you still have time to think clearly. That preparation means you're not scrambling in moment of crisis, you're executing plan you already created. And that composure, that readiness, that's what gives you edge. What turns emergency from disaster into manageable challenge? This reflection invites you to consider what's your biggest vulnerability right now and how will you protect it in next 24 hours? I know this is intense. I know emergency warnings trigger fear, but fear isn't bad here. Fear is appropriate. Fear is your body recognizing threat and preparing to respond. The problem isn't fear. The problem is paralysis. The problem is knowing danger is coming and freezing instead of acting. So feel the fear. Let it sharpen your senses. Let it focus your attention. Let it mobilize your resources. Then use it. Channel it into preparation, into protection, into strategic response, rather than letting it paralyze you into helplessness. You're stronger than what's coming. You're more resilient than you think. You've survived worse than this, or if you haven't survived worse, you have capacity to survive this. But survival requires action, requires awareness, requires you taking this warning seriously rather than dismissing it as overreaction. I don't do overreaction, I do pattern recognition. And the pattern right now is screaming danger. So here's what happens next. You finish listening to this message. You take 5 minutes to breathe, to center, to let the information settle. Then you make a list of vulnerabilities and you address them, today if possible, tomorrow at absolute latest. Then you reach out to your people and you create support structure. Then you go into heightened awareness mode for next week. Watching, monitoring, trusting gut, responding to red flags instead of ignoring them. And when the thing happens, because it's going to happen, you'll be ready. You'll be prepared. You'll handle it from a position of strength rather than from a position of being ambushed. And that preparation, that readiness, that might be what makes a difference between this being disaster and this being just difficult moment you navigate successfully. Emergency means act now. Warning means take seriously. Preparation means survive and possibly thrive through what's designed to destroy you. I've done my job by telling you. Now you do yours by preparing. Don't wait. Don't assume I'm wrong.